Hello, parents who have now become your child's music teacher. This is Michael Hudson, National Senior Music Curriculum Specialist for McGraw-Hill. Today I want to take you through a real quick introduction into logging into our Music Studio portal. The web page for that location is my.mheducation.com. Simply log in by using your credentials, selecting Login. This will take you to your student's book bag. And in this book bag, this particular student only has one grade level, grade 4. You may see in your own book bag or your student's book bag multiple courses. Simply find that which says Spotlight on Music, Voices in Concert, or Music Its Role and Importance in Our Lives to begin the music lesson. Click on Launch to activate that lesson or that course. It will take you then to the student homepage. On the student homepage, you will see a gray area that says Today's Lesson. In that area, that is what the teacher has planned for today's lesson. The student can go back to yesterday's lesson, or they can move forward and see what's coming up. And they can move as far forward as the teacher has planned for that course. Now the student, or you, can open up the entire lesson by clicking on the link or the title of the lesson, a different tonal center in this case. And although it was an upcoming lesson, they still have access to all of this content regardless of yesterday's lesson, today's lesson, tomorrow's lesson, or next week's lesson. Once in the lesson itself, the student can scroll down or up through the different course study. You'll see all access to content, to digital resources. Any of these pictures or these icons or links allow the student to open that typically in a separate tab or in a separate window. This happens to be a sound of pitch and cymbals tool where students can then interact. There are multiple resources which the student can access, one of which is the iSong or the iOctavo. Simply click on that resource. It will load into the cache of the browser. Click Start so that it front loads, at which point the student can play the song. They can skip through. They can pause the song. They can actually pull out the voices and practice singing to it. Or pull out the instruments. So there are a lot of opportunities for learning here with just the iSong. Returning now to the student homepage, there are many other points of access for content. They can click on the 3 arrows at the top, multiple shades of green, and they can move through various lessons, various chapters or units of the program, and simply click on that, access a lesson, and that loads again. Once into the lesson, they have access to similar resources that we saw on the previous screen. Now at any point, they can actually go into the main menu, and they can go into their resource section, select all of their resources, and now here is a full list categorized by the different types of digital resources that the student has access to. Let's take a look at one of our categories, Activities and Instruments. Here are a variety of resources that are interactive and searchable using our tag feature. I can look for, let's say, instruments. Let's look at virtual instruments. I can scroll through a list of really fantastic instruments that kids can play on their computer, or if they have a touch-sensitive screen, they can actually click on the instrument to play it. So a lot of neat tools, a lot of neat resources found within that category, Activities and Instruments, all categories. They can also favorite any of these digital resources. So let's say I'd like to favorite my song anthology. I can simply click on that gear in the lower right corner, hit Add to Favorites. That now has taken the entire song anthology and placed it in my favorites list. I can return to my home page by clicking on the Music Studio icon, here where I'll see my lesson for the day, as well as my favorites list, which, as you see, my song anthology has been added to that favorites list. Students can also check to see if they've been assigned an assessment by their teacher by clicking on their main menu and going to Assessments. Here they will see if any assessments were given, and sure enough, there is one. Simply click on Take Now, follow the prompts for each question, continue, moving forward, fill in the blank, save and continue, and submit. As simple as that. And instant grading. I'm so smart, I got a 100%. Returning now to the home page, and as we close our discussion, please enjoy the time with your kids and making music with Music Studio. This is Michael Hudson, your National Senior Music Curriculum Specialist for McGraw-Hill. Stay healthy.